Before New York, there was only wilderness. A small settlement begins to form. Growth slowly takes over the land. The city begins to take shape. A new city is born. Buildings begin replacing older wooden structures.
The shoreline expands with more organized development.
Open spaces begin filling as the city grows denser.
Street layout becomes more structured and visible.
Larger structures appear as trade continues to increase. Buildings begin to grow slightly taller and more uniform. More chimneys appear, indicating early industrial growth.
The city becomes more compact with fewer open areas.
Building height begins to increase gradually. Building height begins to increase gradually. Industrial structures begin shaping the early skyline. Building density continues to increase.
Some buildings begin to rise above others.
The city develops a more consistent structure. Mid-rise buildings begin forming the Earl skyline. The skyline becomes more defined. Vertical growth becomes more noticeable. The city becomes more tightly packed. A recognizable skyline begins to form. Some buildings begin to dominate the skyline. The skyline is now clearly established. Taller buildings begin appearing across the skyline. The skyline becomes more vertical and defined. Low-rise buildings are gradually replaced by taller ones. The early modern skyline becomes clearly visible. The city becomes more compact and vertically developed. Large skyscrapers begin dominating the skyline. The skyline becomes more stable and structured. Growth slows, but density continues increasing. Small additions continue shaping the skyline. The skyline becomes clearer and more refined. New building styles begin to appear. The skyline grows more uniform and dense. Gaps between buildings continue to disappear. The skyline becomes fully developed and dense. Growth slows, focusing more on refinement. Buildings begin to look more modern.
Glass and reflective surfaces become more common.
A modern skyline is now fully established.
Changes become more subtle and refined.
The skyline reaches peak density.
details become sharper and more refined.
The city appears more polished and modern.
Small additions continue shaping the skyline.
The skyline remains dense and highly developed.
The modern New York skyline stands fully developed,